Welcome to the free training video with Jody Hill and Luke Watkins. Now you might be asking yourself, what is the Tools of Transformation class? And we're going to ask Jody, what is the Tools of Transformation class that we're putting on?
Well, and that's an excellent question, because if you really don't know what the whole course and class is going to be about, then why would you want to sign up, right? So here's how I would answer that question. Transformation. Let's just break this down, right? So it's just a really big fancy word for change, right?
Yep.
You'd have to agree with that.
Yeah.
So when I get asked these questions all the time about, so what's the big deal with transformation? I'm happy where my life is. But I do understand that we all have a desire to be happy. So why do we keep searching? Why are we searching from class to class to class to class? Well, what we've put together is giving you those tools so that you have actual, almost like a checklist to say, am I on the right path? Am I where I need to be? Correct? We all want to be a better person on a daily basis. Luke, what would you say about that? You get asked that all the time with, I want to become a better person. How do I do that?
Well, yeah, so I think that basically there's things that we can all do, daily actions that we can take in our life to help us put us on that path or that direction to be able to find that happiness. And one thing that I always like to tell people and share is that happiness really isn't a destination always. It's the journey. And so we need to recognize that we all have within us the desire to grow and to be better, and that's where the change comes in. But a lot of people are scared of change, right? Because it's different and they're out of their comfort zone. But I would challenge people to shift their thinking a little bit and just, if you embrace that the purpose of our life is to grow and become better and successful, then change is inevitable. And if we embrace that, we'll do better at it and with it.
Yeah, and as what I just heard you say was something very powerful, really, is, when you just break it down, think about this. We all are searching for happiness, right? And we all want to put this checklist together that says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's all about the doing that we focus on versus really focusing on the being. We have got incredible gifts and talents in each one of us. And I know that you hold the same level of great gifts and talents. You just may not want to recognize them on the conscious level because it may put you in the spotlight or whatever. Here's just a little thought, just to try on. Okay, this is what we're going to be really, really diving into a lot deeper in our class. When you think about this, fear is very much like standing in front of a large group of people with a spotlight on you, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think? Fear is like, oh my gosh, they're going to see every single flaw that I have. Oh my gosh, if I spent the time and energy to tell you about the list of flaws that I feel that I have, come on, seriously, it's just not even worth it at the moment.
Yeah.
And I don't enjoy listening to everybody else's laundry list of all the little flaws they believe that they hold. And that is a perception that we are under a spotlight. And we're going to shift that. And we're going to shift it to going within ourselves and really understanding, where are we on this path to happiness? We may be a whole lot farther along than we want to give ourselves credit for. So if we're talking about a path or steps 1 through 10, I promise you may already be on a step, you may already be on an 8, and you won't even recognize that because in your mind you're going, gosh, I want to be on this path to happiness. Well, you may already be there. Mm-hmm. So let's spend some time in actual hands-on exercises and figure out, where are you? Where are you on this path of happiness? You may be already close to enlightenment or whatever. I don't know, but every single one of us has a desire to become an even better person tomorrow than we were today. And you know what's really fun, the funnest subject, funnest, whatever. Yep, you're going to get us real. You know, the most fun that I love to teach this topic to are kids. And I know you're adults, and I get that. But we all can use it. We don't understand the concept of winning. You think about this. If we were a basketball team, right?
Okay, yeah.
Where and when does the team win? By 1 point. That's it, right? So if we can strive to be just amazing 4 days out of the week, you've won the week. Mm. If you can be incredibly focused 3 weeks out of the month, you've won the month. Mm. You think about this, how many times have we already been working so hard and diligently, right, for 7 months? Well, I promise you, think about it, you've won the year, my friends. It doesn't take a perfection every single day to come out winning. So we win more often than we give ourselves credit for. So Luke's going to talk a little bit about and share just some of the highlights we're going to have in our class.
Yeah.
Here you go.
So we're going to spend some time, what I call the discovery mode, where we're going to look within ourselves and recognize and acknowledge where we are at in our lives. And we need to be honest with ourselves during this phase, because a lot of people lie to themselves and say, well, kind of what you were talking about is they don't give themselves enough credit, right? So I think with spending some time and going through some exercises that'll allow us to really know where we're at, will help us to know where we're going to go. So we're going to spend some time doing that. And
with no judgment, mind you.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very safe space for you to do that in.
Yes. So that's an amazing exercise. Whenever I work with people, that's the first thing we do is you have to stop and say, where am I now? And then you take a minute and talk about where you want to go. And I think what we're going to do is expound a little bit on the actual journey to happiness, and what path do you take, and what things can you do to get to that point. And we're going to, after the discovery phase, give you these exercises and then realign what we can do in our own lives and in your life to, enjoy the journey and find more happiness and peace in our lives.
And this is kind of funny because I always use analogies. When you were talking about realigning, well, my husband's a personal trainer, and I get this story all the time. So when I'm in an exercise class, right, sometimes I just have to tweak the way that I do the exercise to get a greater, more significant benefit from the exercise. So I could go in and I can do the exercises, I can do it by myself, I can do all of these things, but if I don't have somebody right there watching me do that, right? And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to be, Luke and I will be there for you. That you just may have to just tweak, just a teeny tiny thing. Mm-hmm. And the significance of that is literally transformational.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, just by talking about this and doing this free training, I am so pumped. I am so excited because we know the exercises that we're going to do. We have had individual clients do these exercises, and we have watched and experienced the transformation. And for us, oh my gosh, again, we are so passionate about reminding you that you are worth it. You really are. So please take this serious. We take you serious. Yeah. We have a goal of giving you that space to be really in the best place possible without judgment. How cool is that?
It's amazing.
Right?
It's very cool.
It's so fun. But we're going to go ahead and end our little training just because I could go on and on and on and on. And it's but we're very organized.
Yeah.
And we got very focused. So there we go.
We wanted to give you a sneak peek as well as what you'll be getting in the event, and we'll dive in a lot more, and hopefully there's been some value provided to you for this during this free training. I know I just learned a ton from Jody.
So fun. I mean, oh my goodness.
So
we have a gift to live this life the best way possible. And at this point, we're exactly where we need to be. We really are. Here's a little saying that I'd always remember. My kids would go to school and they would get frustrated. Oh, I just didn't get a good grade. Or, and I did the same thing when I was going back to school. And I thought, ugh. And here's what I've come to learn, and I've always been teaching my family. You're not taking that class because you already know the material. You're taking that class to learn the material. So in this classroom of life, we have a lot of information that we haven't utilized yet or accessed yet. But don't get so down on yourself because you're not perfect. This classroom of life that we call life, we are here to learn the material. We're not here because we already know the material. So just take that into consideration when you are thinking about, oh, should I sign up or not? Yes, please sign up. We want to see you there.
Yeah. And just one quick thing I'll add to what you just said is, a lot of times we know what we need to do, but we just don't do it. And so there's going to be some action that we can take. And I think that's the key to a lot of things in life is we know what to do. We know how to lose weight, but we just don't do it. And so this is going to help you and give you some actionable tasks that you can take with you and move forward in your life and just be happy. I think that's what we all want.
Okay. Till then, we'll see you February 28th.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.